Hi, it's Mindful Monday on Thursday, first week of a new year. And it's been a full week. It's been a week of gifts. It's been a week of saying goodbye. It's been a week of opportunities for gratitude. So, first the gifts. And those are both gifts from my granddaughter, Sierra, and gifts of the four-legged variety of two dogs, Macy and Blue, who came to be part of our family in January of last year. Kind of like failed fosters, And they were originally going to stay for a while, and then it turned out that this became their forever home. So I always appreciated the gratitude. The decision by Carly Spencer Sutherland and her family to allow their dogs to stay with us on a permanent basis. And I know it was especially challenging for Carly and for her youngest son, Carson, because they each, in addition to caring for both dogs, they each had a unique attachment to one dog. And Carly's was for the rambunctious, joyful, playful, mischievous Blue. And Carson's was for Macy, the elegant, graceful, quiet being. And so they came to live with us. And about a week ago, Macy, who'd always been really healthy, began to not be quite as interested in eating. And then, starting on Sunday, she quit eating. And Tuesday night, or I should say Wednesday morning, about 8:30 in the morning, she left my family and this world. And she left it with the same grace and quietness that she lived it. So it was with a heavy heart that I shared that information with Carly, and she with her sons, and I shared it with Sierra, who was their sister. And I was touched by the ways in which all of them, even though Macy had not been there for a year, how they felt her passing so deeply. And I recognized on reflection that it was not only the loss or the passing of the dog, but it was the passing of a childhood of connections. And Macy had been with them since the boys were small and since Sierra was a teenager. And they had lost so much in the past few years. Their grandmother, their dad, Sierra lost her other grandpa, and now Macy. And both of the kids, who are not kids any longer, I was touched by the way in which they could let themselves feel. And that they were able to share those feelings and be vulnerable. So again, it was a gift of creating a mirror of self-reflection for me and asking myself, are there places in my life, places in my heart where I can be even more open, even more vulnerable, even more willing to acknowledge and embrace what is important to me emotionally, and also to be able to let it go when that time comes. So that was the big part of this week. And then last week, my granddaughter Sierra, I'm her adopted grandmother, by the way, and I'm the boy's adopted grandmother. So last week we were talking and she said, I always remember this story you told me. And I had shared with her an experience I had many years ago with a partner that I was with at the time, who was a man very comfortable in himself. And we were walking down the street, and the mentally ill and homeless people who abounded on the sidewalk. At that point in my life, I would be more likely to just kind of avert my gaze and keep walking. And so as we walked along, we passed such a person who was mumbling and rambling and reeked of alcohol, etc. And my friend stopped and he talked to this person and asked them how they were doing and was there anything they needed, blah, 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 and gave him some money and we went on. And so I asked him, well, why'd you do that? Why did you give him money that he's probably going to spend on alcohol? And my friend said to me, can you imagine what it's like to be invisible to the world that you're in? To have people walk by you and never acknowledge that you're there. Never look at you, never smile at you, never talk to you. And with that question, he began that, I almost think of it as like a domino of change. One thing changes in my awareness and everything begins to change. And so Sierra was commenting on that story and she said, I never forgot it. And she said, it changed me and it changed the way that I treat people. And it has inspired me to be kinder, to be a better person. And I was deeply touched by her sharing, and I was reminded of the power of shared experiences. We often talk about don't get stuck in your story about who you are. And I think that's great advice. I'm a victim of this, I'm a survivor of that. However, I really in my heart believe that stories are also great bridges of communication and connection in which we can share our humanity with each other. And when we practice discernment in the stories we share. So I began the new year with multiple gifts, all from young people, all reminding me of the ways in which our lives are touched by others. And that sometimes we don't even know we've done it. So as we enter into this new year, and there's so much we can focus on that is disturbing, that is dehumanizing, that is creates experiences of great deprivation and pain for others. It is also an opportunity to celebrate the good things of life. So I began my new year with multiple gifts of good things, of reminders of the ways in which we're important to other people, the ways in which our acts of kindness can reverberate through generations and across time. So it inspires me, even to an even higher level, to be mindful, to be more aware of what I say and what I do. And it creates my own personal challenge for me. To continue to build and add value in what I do and what I say and how I am and who I am. And I wish for each and every person the blessings of health and safety and service and legacy and joyfulness. Happy New Year.